I uprooted my life to live in Florida. I sold my house 5 years ago, not just for any reason, for the main purpose to downsize and move to Florida. And in the past 3 years, I've spent the entire year in Florida. I don't own property yet in Florida. And during the pandemic, I did go up to be with my elderly mother for about 6 months. But I was in Florida when the pandemic hit, and I've spent summers and winters all year round in Florida. I'm not a snowbird. I don't look to go back up north in spring. It's actually spring now as I make this, and I plan and intend on spending all year long in Florida like I have for the past 3 years. And in the fall, I go visit my mother for a couple weeks up north. And so for me, it's not just a winter haven. Florida is not just a vacation destination. Florida is my new home. It has been for 3 years. It has been the driving force behind selling my house and relocating. Now, whether or not I ever buy property in Florida, we'll see. I would think at some point I will. But the facts remain. I'm in Florida. I've been in Florida. And I've spent 90% of my time in the past 3 years in Florida. All facts, all videos to show it. And I still love it. It was worth selling my house. And I'm glad I sold it middle age, in my mid-30s. Because now as a 41-year-old man, I'll never get back the past 5 years. All the days that I've been at the beach, all the days that I wear flip-flops and cut-off shorts, when I have the health, the knees, the energy, the vigor to sweat, to be in the beach, I push myself to the beach every day. To walk outside. When I hear people complaining about the heat of Florida, I say, I thank God I'm in Florida. Spring is too cold up north. The summers are too crowded up north. I love Florida. I'm not saying everyone should be passionate about Florida like I am, because I recognize that the world is different and different people have different desires, and that's what makes the world go round. If everyone loved the same thing, the world would not function. And I don't want to oversell Florida. Florida has its negatives like any state, okay? You have hurricanes in Florida, but I want to point out, I experienced hurricanes in New Jersey, Hurricane Sandy specifically. I lived through it. And I know people that lost their house. I know people who lost their house to tornadoes last year in New Jersey. So never let a hurricane, never let sharks scare you from not moving to Florida. The only thing I would tell you need to do is don't buy a house in Florida and don't come here until you've visited it several times. And until you've figured out your income, a job transfer, working with a new company, you've already secured the job, or whatever it may be. I know some people that came to Florida without that. It's just a higher risk. Doesn't mean it can't work out, but it's a higher risk. But in today's economy, the one good thing that came out of the pandemic is there's a lot more remote work. If you're in the medical industry, if you're a nurse, traveling nurse, whatever, you can come to Florida. If you're in a trade, a plumber, electrician, you can work as a maintenance tech in a hospital. You can work as a maintenance tech in any building. I've done that. If you're in IT, you could probably work remote, but there's IT buildings down here. So I don't know what you do. You're always going to ask yourself, what are you currently doing for work, for income? How many positions are available in Florida? The pay scale may be a little bit different, may not, depending on your job title. Most of the pay scale in Florida is lower, but if you get a job transfer, it may not be. And your housing may or may not be lower depending on where you buy in Florida. But again, I don't recommend you buy in Florida right away, because I love Florida, not because I own property here, but because I'm at the beach every day. The beach is free. I love Florida, not because I own property in Florida, but because I am outdoors every day. Being outdoors is free. I love Florida because of the palm trees. Palm trees are free. I love Florida because of the bikinis. Looking at bikinis is free. I don't hurt anyone. The atmosphere, the culture, the vibe, everything that makes Florida great, the palm trees, the ocean, the Disney park, the outdoor events, whatever, that's all free. Asset allocation as a house. I've been in Florida. I got videos for 3 years. Hot summers, hurricanes, beautiful winters. I actually prefer summer. I actually prefer spring. Why? Less people here. All the snowbirds go up north. I stay here. I only go up north in the fall, September and October specifically, to see my mother. And I don't know, to be honest with you, I hope my mom lives a long time. If my mother wasn't here, eventually if she passed away, I don't know if I'd go back up north if there wasn't a hurricane to escape from. You know, I don't know if I would, to be honest with you. But, you know, either way, I want to share with you that to me, Florida's been worth it. But get your job transfer or secure a job here before you come. Do a budget. Visit Florida first. I did that. All things I've done. And don't buy before you've been here for a couple of years. Everything I told you to do, I've done. But that doesn't mean you can't sell your house now. I did that. Sell your house before you get a job transfer. Why? To me, because you want to create a sense of urgency and you're done with New Jersey or Boston or wherever you live, you're done with it. And you're committed to not living there. And you'll rent or you'll nomad, whatever. You'll keep your job up north until you figure out a job down here. You'll put some thought into it. But I sell. Now, again, you got kids, you got family, you got to figure this out, okay? But for me, especially as a single person, you sell, keep your job, and just enjoy that. And then wait for the opportunity to come down to Florida. While you're young enough to enjoy it, I still love Florida. I'm sweating right now, and I love it. I hate to be in this condensed air, this cold spring, this dreary weather. I hate to be in the crowded up north, packed summer, where everyone comes out of hibernation. They want to see the ocean. I see the ocean every day. I see bikinis every day. I see palm trees every day. I sweat every day. I never pay state income tax any day. I'm living a vida loca. I love Florida so much that I sold my house. I slept in my car in New Jersey for 2 years waiting for a job transfer. I was going to come down to Florida sooner or later, one way or another. Whether through a job transfer or securing a job with another company. But, you know, I have so many years with the same company. I want to tell you that start with what you can control, which is liquidation, which is investigation, which is stacking money and patience. But don't keep everything and wait too long. Why? That's how your life passes by. So I'm not telling you to do anything reckless. I'm telling you to do things in order. Liquidate. Well, first research. Make sure you really want to make this move. I was serious. I researched first, then I was serious. Then I sold my house. Then maintain an income. Stack your money. Then wait for the right opportunity, job transfer, or secure a new job down here. Then come down here. Don't buy, visit, stay flexible. Then if you buy a house, it's an asset allocation. If you're not, you end this video, you go to the beach. That's what I'm going to do right now. Guess what, guys and girls? I don't own a house in Florida, but I've been here for 3 years and I still love it. And guess what, guys and girls? I got sweat dripping off my nose. Guess what I'm doing next? I am going to fully submerge in the Atlantic Ocean in March. Okay. I will see you once I come out of the ocean and my body is dripping with salt water. I'm looking at bikinis. And I say, thank you, Lord, for another day of living the life I want to live. I love Florida.